Good morning. Well, I say good morning. It may be afternoon or evening where you are when you're watching this, but I wanted to put together a video for something that I saw yesterday. I was out driving around and it was 18 degrees. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw my little Instagram story rant about how cold it was. So anyway, it got me thinking because I saw this guy running. It's 18 degrees Fahrenheit. That's freezing. And he was wearing shorts. And I got to thinking, okay, dude, no, don't be wearing shorts when it's 18 degrees. So it got me thinking about cold weather safety while you're working out. If you're running outside, if you work out in a gym that doesn't have any sort of climate control, that kind of thing, or if you work out in your garage, because I don't know very many people that have climate control in their garage. So anyway, let's talk about cold weather safety and working out in the elements and that sort of thing. So grab your coffee and let's get chatting. So first thing first on our list for safety for cold weather is layering. So you're going to take your clothes and you're going to layer them, which this may seem obvious, but let's talk about how to layer your clothes. What you're going to do is you're going to take, like, a lot of my clientele is women. I think I've only had maybe 1 or 2 male clients, but that's okay because that's really my main focus is women and empowering women and helping them be the best that they possibly can be. So, we're going to start with the first layer. Obviously, you have your sports bra and that sort of thing. And then the next layer would be a tee-back shirt. I'd like to wear sleeveless tee-back shirts when I work out. I just don't like sleeves like this when I'm working out. This is just a normal day-to-day shirt for me. So you're going to wear a tee-back shirt, and then you are going to put on top of that, you're going to put like either a long sleeve shirt or you're going to put like a sweatshirt, that kind of thing, over the top of it. And if it's really cold, then you would even put maybe even a coat on top of that. So each brand, there are a lot of brands that have that thin cold layer technology. I'm not going to name names. You know exactly who I'm talking about, those kind of, and if you need something like that, great. If not, if you live kind of in the southern area of the, U.S. or wherever you are, kind of like where I am, you don't need a lot of that, during the winter time. But anyway, so having that top layer of like sweatshirt, that sort of thing. Now, getting past that, be careful when you start unlayering, because when you're working out and you've got those layers on, you're going to sweat, okay? And that's good. Sweating is good. So when you start to unlayer, if you decide to unlayer, be really careful, because what happens is sweat pools in places when you're working out and when you're, sweating and that kind of thing, okay? So for girls, a lot of times where our sweat pools is right underneath our bra line, under our arms, just like with anybody when they're working out. Look, if you are not sweating in your armpits when you're working out, how do you do it? I sweat like a man. I'm telling you, it's not pretty. Y'all have seen my workout pictures. It's not pretty. Anyway, in that underarm area, actually, depending on how your butt is shaped, it can pull under your butt, different things like that. And when you start to unlayer your clothes, that pool of sweat can actually, if it's cold enough, could actually start to freeze or get too cold, and then it sets your skin up for either, it could set your skin up for like frostbite. That's just in severe cases, but you get my point. It cools down your muscles, and then it can set you up for injury, all that kind of thing. So be careful when you start to unlayer your clothes. Okay, so building on the whole layering thing is to invest in good clothing, okay? So one of the things that I was talking about was that you have these brands that have like this thin layer technology or something like that that's supposed to keep you warm. That's not a necessity. It's nice, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's not a necessity. Some good old-fashioned sweatshirts, some, jackets and that sort of thing, and some good leggings, good pants, that sort of thing will really be what you need, and you just layer them up. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I am an ambassador for Just Strong Clothing, and they have some really good workout clothes, okay? And they have sweatshirts, they have pants, they have everything like that. So make sure you invest in good clothing. Invest in yourself, invest in your workout. This is you. You only get one body, one time, one life. Invest in yourself. Okay, you can go to juststrong.com and at checkout use discount code AGeorge10, and that will give you a little bit of a discount on your order. Okay, so invest in good clothing, right? Invest in yourself, in your workout, and that should set you up really well for being able to layer well. And even when it comes to heat, which is a whole nother. Working out in the heat, that's a whole nother video, that's a whole nother vlog. We'll do that later. Okay, another huge thing about working out in the cold is warm up. Okay, so I have had several people come to me and say, hey, what are some good stretches I can do before I start working out in this cold? And that got me thinking that let's talk about proper warm up here. First of all, do not ever start stretching your muscles when they're ice cold, okay? Don't come in and just start reaching for your toes and really trying to do deep stretches when your muscles are ice cold. Have you ever thought, so let's think about this from a rubber band perspective. When you have a warm rubber band, right? When it's just normal temperature outside, like say 60, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that, you have like a good ply of a rubber band, right? But when it's cold, that rubber band tightens up, all kinds of scientific things happen to it, and it's not as pliable, right? Okay, same thing with your muscles. You want to have a really good warm-up, okay? So if you're going to the gym, hop on that elliptical, nice and gentle, nice and easy. Don't just start in like, crazy amounts, just nice and gentle. Get that blood flowing, because the blood flowing will raise your body temperature, etc., etc. Get on the row machine. Nice, easy row. The stationary bike. Nice, easy stationary bike. Or if you have a track at your gym or wherever, go for a nice walk. Not a good, if it's a quarter of a mile track, do a couple laps. Walk a half a mile at a decent speed. Okay, getting a little bit quicker and quicker. Bottom line, warm up your muscles. And then if you want to stretch before you start working out, then you can stretch. Okay, but don't just come in and start trying to stretch those ice cold muscles. It's just not going to work. You're going to chance pulling something, and it's just not going to work out for you. Okay, so good warm up. Which leads me into my last point, and that's be smart. Okay, don't be the guy wearing shorts in 18-degree weather, okay? His skin being exposed to that 18-degree, element it does all kinds of things to his skin, okay? And he could chance frostbite. That is just the way it is. That's just bottom line. So be smart. If it is too cold, if you're in the north, I actually have a client who lives in Minnesota, and I was telling her how cold it is here, and this was before it got, really cold, like down in the teens and stuff. Telling her how cold it is, and this, that, and the other, and she laughed at me. And you know who you are. But, and it was just interesting, the difference in culture, right, of the northerners versus the southerners. But bottom line is, be smart. If you're in the north and it gets super cold, like down in the negatives and the teens and the single digits and that sort of thing, you really don't need to be working out outside. Find a place that will shield you from the elements and do your workouts, okay? Get good warm-ups and that sort of thing. Now, if you're living in the south, right now the temperature has been pretty cold, but it's typically we have fairly mild winters, so just be smart. be smart when you go work out in the cold. I'm not saying you can't go outside, because I am the first to say I get cabin fever in the winter. I hate winter. I just get terrible cabin fever and I want to get outside. I want to go do stuff. But we got to be smart about it, because we don't want to set ourselves up for injury. We don't want to be dangerous and that kind of thing. So as you head into this new year, be thinking about that, okay? Today is January 3rd, and it's day 3 of a new year. We can make this year the best that it can possibly be. We can be smart with our workouts. And with it being winter, we're going to have some cold weather and that sort of thing. You know, just work your way through it. Be smart about it. Invest in good clothing. Remember, juststrong.com with discount code AGeorge10. And let's work out together this year. Check out my blog at poundingpavementwithamber.com. And I am a personal trainer and running coach, so I can do customized training plans for you. And I am going to be putting up some pre-made plans. And be on the lookout for an app. I'm looking into making an app for you girls that will just be easy to download, put it on your phone, that kind of thing. That way we can train together, and it you know, be always up to date, that kind of thing, and it's right there on your phone. So anyway, until next time, hope you enjoyed this video on cold weather safety. Be on the lookout in the spring for warm weather safety, because that is going to be a big one too. Cold weather is a little bit easier to work around, but hot weather, you gotta really be careful in hot weather. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll talk soon.